Well, despite it being the 6-year anniversary of their last state title in football, Warren JFK just could not overcome the explosive offense of New Bremen. One of the many divides right now in the Browns fan base is among parents on whether or not they will allow their child, or their daughter in particular, to don a number 4 jersey when they tune into the Browns this fall.
Would I allow my daughter to wear a Deshaun Watson jersey? I could not. I couldn't.
Hello, one and all, Kent State University and all of Portage County. Welcome to this second episode of Sports Corner with your host, Dante Centofanti.
And I'm Austin Arnold.
We got a lot of great news. Kent State basketball is going to be back and better than ever this fall at the MAC, as they will return this fall for the first time since the MAC tournament was canceled due to COVID-19. The NCAA announced that this week, men's and women's Division I basketball teams can begin their regular seasons on November 25th. Kent State men's basketball coach Rob Sinderoff said his players are excited that they will have a season, but stressed that his players have to be careful to minimize the spread of the coronavirus. Yeah, Brittany, down by the train tracks here at Paul Mancini Field. It's the second round of the Division VII portion of the OHSA football tournament, as Lowville looks to continue their perfect season playing against Lucas. Now, they had an impressive first-round victory last week against Steubenville Catholic Central. Of course, quarterback Vinny Ballone, he needs no introduction. He is one of the best playmakers in the entire state of Ohio. But let me give you folks at home some background on Lucas. They had an upset win last week on the West Virginia border against Toronto, and they have a running back by the name of Logan Toms. He rushed for 260 yards on 25 touches and had 5 touchdowns. I spoke to Lowville head coach Andrew Mamula earlier today on what it's going to take to contain him. He said you just have to keep them from moving the chains and get off the field whenever you can. Welcome back, everyone. The YSU football team begins their season in the win column. They welcome the Duquesne Dukes into the 3-3-0 today as they made the short drive from Pittsburgh. We take you to the Ice Castle. Doug Phillips entering his 3rd year at the helm. Duquesne, coming off a loss to Florida State last week, already had the early 7-0 lead until Jaleel McLaughlin gets into the end zone. PAT good. We are tied at 7. And the YSU linebackers were on point today. Griffin Hope, the pride of Dublin, Ohio, gets the pick, and YSU will take over. Then once again, Penguin linebackers on the swarm. Devin Johnson with the INT to give the Penguins the ball back. 2 consecutive interceptions. Then on the ensuing Penguin drive, McLaughlin, he's going to find a gap and hurdles over a Duquesne defender. Madden-type moves. It was a battle of 2 local teams in the Division III district semifinal as South Range knocked off Brookfield in a thriller at Warren Harding. We take you out to the dub for this one. 4th quarter, Raiders lead 31-30. Good dish to Isaiah Jones for a nice layup to put the Warriors up by 1. And then under 4 to go, Raiders by 3, and this time it's A.J. Bartolin with a nice dish on the inside to make it a 37-36 ball game. But Range would respond. Good ball movement leads to Landon Moore getting a good look top of the key, and it's butter to make it 40-36 Raiders. And then 2:30 left, 42-38 South Range as Donovan Pulowski gets a good look from 3 and buries it to make it a 1-point game. And then shortly after, Mateo Fortuna with the nice steal. He's going to take it coast to coast to put the Warriors up 43-42 with 2 minutes left. And then 1 second, point 4 left to go, 44-42. Brookfield. South Range trying to tie it with free throws. Nate Lewis makes the first one, and then Landon Moore has his teammates back at the buzzer for the putback to send South Range to the district final.
You know, I think it's going to take a lot of focus each and every day, 1 pitch at a time, 1 out at a time.
Defiance is searching for their first state title since 2016. With their great start to the regular season, all signs are pointing to them to get to Akron this June and reach the state Final Four.
When we score 4 more runs over the last 25 years, we won 95% of our games. So, but when you face good pitching, 4 runs is a lot. So, you know, last year we had a great team. We got beat 1-0. Our pitcher threw a 1-hitter, and we got beat 1-0. So that's baseball. So to get to the Final Four and get to Akron, you got to be good, but you also got to get some breaks.
Reporting from the Defiance Baseball and Softball Complex, I'm Dante Centofanti, your News Now Sports.
Being able to cut the ribbon and start this new chapter of the USFL, having our championship trophy, memorabilia from our inaugural season, is just incredible.
There is a great deal of attention to detail in this building when it comes to telling the history of the game, and that went into the making of this new exhibit.
The Hall of Fame is obviously experts at posterity, and when we started talking about this exhibit, the USFL team and the Hall of Fame came up with a list of items that we wanted to make sure that were in their possession for them to take care of forever. It was everything from the very first game ball, the very first touchdown, the first uniforms, gloves, cleats, the first kicking tee.
The USFL understands how important Canton and all of Northeast Ohio is in celebrating the great game of football. The Gwids have a long way to go before they suit up for their spring game across the streets. Coach Phillips discussed after practice today what this team needs to improve on before they suit up for the red versus white game at the Ice Castle.
I think the communication, we monitor how many drops, how many missed assignments. So, we need to see those numbers each day we get to the field or each day we get in a meeting, seeing those diminish as we get to April 23rd.
A couple new coaches on the defensive side of the ball, so we've changed up terminology a little bit. Very similar, very different, here and there, but I think when we work on that communication and start getting on the same page, we'll be able to play together and play good.
UNOH is all locked in for nationals, but there is still lots of work to do on the court at home. The Racers are looking to keep the momentum going on the road to Mobile.
I tell the guys all the time, we have a huge target on our back, so, we have pressure. And these other teams don't. So they go out there, they can play freely every time they play us here. And, if we slip up on one day, it can affect everything.
We're trying to create a similar environment because we're looking for high pressure situations. There's a lot of good teams that we're playing in the next couple of weeks. So we're just trying to focus, practice on our skills, make sure we get the job done.
Reporting from the Westwood Tennis and Fitness Center in Lima, I'm Dante Centofanti, your News Now Sports.